It is real related to something that your own body pain.
I have shoulder pain since years, and every time I go to doctor, they would say, "Oh, IT job, IT job." It's very common to have like back pain or shoulder pain. This is just knock it off.
वेलकम टू ग्रोथ कैटलिस्ट पॉडकास्ट। मैं हूं आपकी दोस्त एंड होस्ट वैशाली बिहानी एंड कॉस्मिक डिवाइन कोच। आज हमारे साथ एक नए कोच हैं और ये बहुत ही यूनिक कोच हैं, बहुत ही डिफरेंट कोच हैं। सो आई इनवाइट सुमति राइट नाउ, बट शी इज़ द योगा कोच एज वेल एज पेन कोच। सो हम उन्हीं से जानेंगे पूरी डिटेल उन्हीं के बारे में। उसके पहले यानी मैं आपको बता देना चाहती हूँ कि सुमति जी थोड़ा सा हिंदी लैंग्वेज उनको समझ आती है पर बोलने में दिक्कत है। सो दिस पॉडकास्ट इज गोइंग टू बी इन द English mode. So, guys, it is going to be very simple. So, don't worry about it. So, I welcome Sumathi ji. Sumathi ji, please welcome in our podcast.
That was great. Thank you. Happy to be here. Yeah, I can understand you speaking Hindi, but yeah, I have very limited Hindi, so I will try to speak in English.
Yeah, it's okay for us. See, Sumati ji
Oh,
is a chronic pain coach. She is a yoga expert also. She is a computer in the IT thing, and she is doing some craniosacral therapist also that will talk in the later on. But initially I'm going to start with the Sumati ji from computers to yoga to pain management. What's your journey? Please tell about your journey, about how you can, how you become suddenly from IT, computers, gadgets, and all those things, coding thing, and then you came to the suddenly in the spiritual line. So please tell.
well, yes, that's interesting. It didn't happen suddenly. I do have 17 years of experience in IT. I'm a project manager. It started and gradually I did diploma in computer science. It was just 3 years after SSLC. Started my career early. But then somewhere inside, I had that quest since young age. So that pushed me to do Art of Living courses. Gurudev Shri Ravi Shankar, I do follow him, and that was initial part of spiritual journey. And I also became faculty, Art of Living faculty around 13 years ago. I was very young, but I was not practicing teaching much for a long time until recent, like 7 years ago. No, it's been eight now. Like 8 years ago, I did my teacher training program with, yoga. This I will have Ministry of Ayush certificate in yoga. That's when everything triggered again. Like I was so fascinated to learn more about body, human body, and how it functions, and mind, and so it went on and on. After that, I did marma therapy course, and I did reflexology course, and then this craniosacral therapy is something new. Like I did. It's a 2 year long course, which I did in parallel while I was still studying. I still working in IT. So where you will learn quite a lot about. We dig little deep into understanding all systems in the body and how emotional disturbances are affecting the body. We are all one entity, even though it is a science based, but it tries to see us as like whole. How trauma patterns store in the body and how we connect to the health and the expressions of the health, all that. So yeah, and pain coach, from craniosacral therapy to pain coach is something which personally I picked up. It's been only 1 year since I've been reading, studying, doing all possible courses with especially related to this chronic pain. Chronic pain means any pain which is there since more than 6 months. let it be any pain, like headache or anywhere. Um,
Yeah. So that's
so yeah,
that's
that's what.
really that thinking that you are in the uh, pain coach. There is a something most of time when coaches shift their niche, there is some basic there. It is related to their own thing. So,
Yes.
yeah, so I just want to know, it is real related to something that your own body pain or something like that that you went through and then you got it with this all those therapy, then you tried and you just get the results and you want to pursue further. It is like that?
Yes, that's definitely yes. It's a personal story. I had shoulder
Yeah, if
pain since,
you could
yeah.
share, that is okay for us.
I have shoulder pain since years, and every time I go to doctor, they would say, "Oh, IT job, IT job. It's very common to have like back pain or shoulder pain. This is just knock it off." But last year, especially when I was studying craniosacral therapy, because I was understanding quite a lot about science and all that, and that's when I also found this one hospital which shows like pain, like specific to the pain. And my mom had arthritis. This She still has arthritis, and she's suffering from knee pain since 15 plus years now. So, and I also have the shoulder pain since 5 plus years. And then I thought, okay, fine, let me go to this clinic and see. Clinic was great, but they were talking about injections, which can really help only for a couple of years, sorry, couple of months, and which will cost 60, 70,000. And the next stage of recovery, she's explaining that how they cut the nerve so that you don't feel the pain. I was like, oh, I was okay. That's when it triggered me so much that there must be some other way to look at it.
Right.
First of all, I've been going through the pains, and I see my mom going through like years together. And that's when, what is it? Pain, there must be something more to pain. Like for any issues, health issues, we go to doctor, take tablets, we are done. But it is not like years together or something like that. Yeah, there are some thyroid related issues, diabetes, and these kind of things. Yeah, people start to live with it, but that is not like directly bothering like pain. Pain is like right there, like sitting like
Right.
that's when I intrigued, really wanted to dig deep, and then I came to know that pain has got so much to do with how brain perceives it, the nervous system, how it sees it. And also, if anybody going through pain for like more than 6 months, they're definitely going through something in their life. Let it be financial issues, let it be relationship issues, let it be some other issues. But in general, traditional medicine, what we do, we just go to orthopedician and they do X-ray, physiotherapy, or something. Nobody really talks about, are you going through certain trauma or something? Now nobody sees the whole
That
picture. So that's
that was my question is in my mind ki when yeah, because when we see personally I am myself connected with this and I have a very much experience about the thyroid people specifically
exactly.
when they are not able to say their words, not able to tell their emotions when जब वो लोग बता नहीं पाते जनरली कि जब बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जो अपने अंदर अपने दिल की बात घुसा के रखते हैं अंदर ही अंदर रखते हैं so they got that Vishuddhi Chakra problems and then Vishuddhi Chakra से then they got the thyroid thing so something pain is also like that only I think so it is.
Definitely, yeah. Trauma in craniosacral therapy, we learn a little more about. They just give a little hint, and it's up to us how much we want to dig deeper and learn about. There is some Dr. Peter Levine, and he, came up with a book on how trauma affects the body, everything. As you said, it is. It's absolutely always emotional body and physical body, everything is connected. And this is the best example what you mentioned already, Vishuddha Chakra. Like me being from yoga background, I also know that people who has a certain kind of resistance and how they communicate well, and that's yeah, they do have this thyroid related issues, all that. And again, coming to pain, it's like somebody over responsibility, somebody really like, and they might feel that there is invisible globe sitting on their neck or head or, and that can really bring pain exactly around this region, you know. I mean, that's just one simple example, but there are a lot many things to it. That it's all connected. Sometimes you just have to talk to person. You will just come to know within some time what they're going through. Structural issues only 30%. I would say 70% is related to something, nervous system is disturbed, or there's some other issues they're going through. They don't know how to
Heart,
process heart,
heart.
heart. Yes, yes, yeah. It-
So
It's
you say one word few times that I heard from you, that is the craniosacral therapy. Craniosacral therapy. So you mentioned few times. So just
yeah,
tell us what is the exactly craniosacral therapy, because this is also a sort of new word for me. So
yes,
definitely it is the new word for my viewers also, I think so. So
yeah.
explain it in this very simple manner. So what is the sorry, craniosacral therapy?
I'll try my best to keep it very short or like, lighter language, but this is something which came up from osteopathy. Osteopathy doctors we would have seen, right? Like they work so much on the bones and all that.
Yeah.
So there was this one doctor who was osteopathy doctor, like back then in 1980s or sometime. And he came to know that the bones are not always static; they do move a little bit, and that's when it the whole concept started.
Oh,
Cranium means this bone.
okay.
Sacrum means the pelvis, the
Right.
down part of the spine, the end part of the
Sacral
spine.
chakra, or something like a
Sacrum,
chakra near. Yeah.
not sacrum is a bone, which is the
Oh,
end of the spine.
okay.
End of the
Where
spine,
root
you
chakra
have
is situated.
the name sacral chakra came from this bone, like because there is
Okay.
sacrum bone also
Okay.
right there. So a lot happening from the cranium and the sacral. Between there is there's quite a lot happening, and it's very interesting how it's all science based, not energy work. It's a uh, very light, non-manipulative work. It means the person lies down on the table. We are very gently touching. There are two types again in the craniosacral therapy. One I practice is biodynamic craniosacral therapy, which means very non-manipulative. We are simply gently touching and trying to listen to the expressions of the body, health expressions of the body, and all that. It works wonders for any kind of pain to begin with, or sometimes like any digestive related issues or hormone related issues, anything which is chronic, chronically a person is going through something. It helps wonders. We don't give any medicines, all that. It's just that every week they take some sessions. That itself will brings a huge difference in their health, restoring the health.
Wow. So amazing. Just by touching some points, you are going to get relief and lots of things. But
Mm.
my thing is that when everything is going online and everything is like, so there is
Yeah.
a way in this therapy that we can get some online, or that we have to come, and touching is very important.
Uh, this therapy mostly touch-based.
Okay.
Yeah, it cannot be given online. But inspiring from craniosacral therapy, there are some like there is remote therapy also came up. That is something which I didn't really do it yet. But what I'm doing interestingly is that with all these concepts which I've learned, nervous system restoration, nervous system balance is
Wow.
very, very important to, you might have heard this fight and flight mode and freeze mode and all that. So I've been digging deep into like learning this and now trying to create course for people who has chronic pain, which I can teach online. I'm kind of mixing both Western scientific methods and also our yogic methods, simple, profound breathing exercises, somatic exercises, where somatic exercises inspired by our yoga postures, the very gentle movements and all that. All these are aiming to bring that balance between our system, which helps restoring the health and pain, and it works wonders for the pains. So there are a lot of people don't know that all of us, all are human beings. I know we are all unique, but somehow we have very similar systems, like same skeletal system, same muscular system, same respiratory and the circulation, everything. One thing very, very unique, more unique, is nervous system. Everybody's nervous system is different.
Wow.
How they perceive how they perceive, like you might react to same situation different, or I would react different. It's based on how my nervous system works. So like that. So we're targeting on nervous system regulation. It really helps restoring a lot of other issues, not just the pain, but I'm right now concentrating on pain. It can also help, hormone imbalances and all that on a longer run.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So this is very unique and new thing I got to know. That is the just like our fingerprints, that is our nervous system is separate and very different from each other. That is
Yes.
the only way that we think differently.
Yes.
We react
Yes.
differently, we respond differently. So it is all about this thing. So you are working with the only body pain, bodily pain, or it is something heart pain or relief or feeling or trauma or something. It is some combination of this. First thing, before you are saying something, I'll say that you said that's Western scientific
Medi-
method.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I want to say our method is more scientific than the Western method. So I
No,
do
I'm
literally people when people say, "Oh, Western science," oh, come on, our Vedas and our science is more, much ahead.
So how do I tell that? That's a good point you mentioned. Absolutely. I'm only trying to bring Western words and knowledge and explanation to what we already know.
No,
That's the only thing happen. Like, for example, there are so many words they come up for yoga nidra. Like yoga nidra is such a simple technique. We have been doing it quite no years together, but when I'm learning some like from Western science, like, we have to agree that they have put together so much of science words and the way you can explain intellectual person and all that. That's what I'm trying to pick. But the techniques, we are like its own. As I said, the base is yoga based. Like so, one best example, if I could explain, is solar plexus. Solar plexus is Manipura chakra,
Manipura.
we call it. Only when I dig deep, like learn science, and that's when I understood that actually the stomach, small intestine, around small intestine, we have more neurons than the neurons in the brain
Brain.
itself, and that's when we have this gut and the brain connection is there. And this is one small example where I'm just telling that what I'm trying to bring Western means. Western only like explanation and language and only the science I'm bringing back. But our techniques are much more. So, so the thing is, if you go to yoga class, like you're like you're in the auto pilot mode. You just somebody just ask you to do something, you do and come back, but you're not really understanding what you're really.
Yeah.
So I'm only just trying to help people. So my main motto is this. It's not me teaching. It's not like me like really putting so. I want to empower people to understand their own body because doctors can help, therapists, coaches, or whoever it is, they are only helping, but eventually it is our own body which is trying to resolve things. We just need a little bit help. Somewhere that intelligence is there in inside. So that's what I want to enable people, help people to realize their own potential, which is there already.
Right.
So with my courses, yeah.
Right. So I'm come again on that point. That is the only bodily pain, or it is a
Oh
traumatic
yeah.
pain.
I didn't answer that question. Eventually, anybody is going through certain emotional trauma, emotional pain. So
Right.
there's a good chance that there's a 70% chance that they do have one or the other pain in the body.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now I'm looking for the like I mean the course I'm designing almost done is on for people who has a really certain pain, and if they are going through certain issues, emotional pain going through, they can still join. It really helps quite a lot because that's even better. Why? Because if a person going through certain emotional trauma, uh, for example, a relationship issue or any financial related issues, certain kind of emotional disturbance or trauma they're going through, let's imagine, within 6 months or so, if they're continuously going through that period, it will manifest as some health disturbance
Right.
over the period. If somebody is going through and they're already taking care, it's a very good way to prevent that from future. It could come up as a pain, it could come up as the hormonal imbalances or some digestive related issues, sleep issues. That's how it just, keep going.
Once you
Not
have a
so
gut
good.
problem, then you have a multiple problems.
Absolutely.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
when we are talking about these it is very very what I understand right now with all these we have had a talk, that is the your mental balance is mental health is very very important, that so many years in India we don't care about our mental health, specifically when women going through with the lots of phases in their life, like starting with the periods, then puberty and all those things, then marriage, and then intimacy with the someone and all those things, then kids, and then
Right.
premenopause, mid-age crisis, then post-menopause. So
Right.
in the lots of these years we have to take care about our mental health, right? So, what
Right.
is the best way? Because yoga, whatever till now we see the yoga thing that you mentioned in one line only, and I just remember that line. That is, you go and just do the yoga. What they are saying, ki do this pressure, do pressure, and that's enough. And oh, okay, you are getting a 1 inch, half inch, and then you are going to very happy. But
Mm.
the line you said that you have to understand why you are doing and what body part, that is a conscious level. That is the आप उसी समय conscious जो हम बोलते हैं कि आप every time you should be very conscious why you are eating. The same thing with the exercise also, you should be very conscious why you are doing and what body part it is going to impact.
Absolutely. So yeah, what I meant by saying that is you just going doing autopilot mode doesn't, yeah, it might still work a little bit better. I mean, better than absolutely nothing. But when you're doing mindfully, like, okay, you're present. And in my yoga class, I try to be like, first 2 3 minutes, we really just come back to the body. We feel, how our body posture, like really feel our shoulders as or uh, come back to the breath and just how breath is happening, everything. It's just bringing mindfulness to the moment, bringing awareness to the body, how you're feeling today in your body. Like, so everything comes back to how mindfully we are doing. As you said, yes, we women go through, like, in fact, women, men, all of us go through quite a lot of things in our lives, but especially women, it is a little more. Back then it was, women was has been nurturers and men were providers, and it was different. Now women also are providers. We need quite a lot of I mean, we do have quite a lot of pressure, and there's a lot more to handle in our lives. So this is when I feel that at least half an hour, at least 30 minutes, if we can take for ourselves. Let it be breathing. If you can manage to go for yoga class, wonderful. Otherwise, just do something which really makes you happy. In therapy language, we call it resourcing.
Okay.
Resourcing, where they are connecting to themselves, or connecting, like, really happily do what they're doing, and all these things. That really helps a lot. Simple example is like, okay, if somebody is liking to go on a walk, when you go on walk, fully be present. How are you placing your feet?
Oh,
What tree looking around? What smell is there? And then what kind of temperature is there? Like, these kind, just couple of minutes, take attention to everything, and that helps you to ground yourself. And that is very good for the nervous system, and that's what we are calling it as mindfulness, and that keeps you sane. And when we are sane, and it helps with the health also. So that's how we can take care of ourselves.
few years back, 7 to 8 years back, I used to tell multitasking is the best thing. That, I used to do multitasking. I was very fan of multitasking and doing multitasking.
Okay.
But when I grounded myself, when I come into again into deep into occult, that I am doing this numerology and everything, healing also, and lots of things. So then I got to know multitasking is the worst thing you are doing. So don't do multitasking, just focus on one thing at a time. But
Right.
these days life is life is become like, very monotonous. We don't mindfulness, we don't do the things mindfulness, that we go वॉकिंग
That's
करना है, बस गए धड़ 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 वॉकिंग करके आ गए, साथ में दो चार जन को ले गए, बातचीत करके आ गए. नो, दिस इज नॉट द राइट वे. जस्ट डू विथ योर सेल्फ, विद इन योर सेल्फ, सी द चेंजेस, सी द बॉडी. इट इज लाइक दैट ओनली, कि आपके बॉडी में क्या सेंसेशन हो रहे हैं, कहाँ सेंसेशन हो रहे हैं, ऑल दोज थिंग्स. तो दैट्स
yes,
रियली ग्रेट. एंड वापस रिवाइव होता है जब ये थिंग है ना, ऑल दोस थिंग्स. एंड गॉट टू नो द नर्वस सिस्टम पार्ट वाज द रियली रियली great point for me. So apart
yes.
from all those things, all these pain relief, IT, and the thing, other, what is your other hobby? Your face is so smiling, I loving your face, loving your smile. So what are the other things you do in your daily life, and for your, sometimes when you get free or something like that, what you love to do?
That's very, that's very sweet of you to say. Thank you for that. Well, this consumes quite a lot of time. Like I said, I do have full-time IT job still. I'm an IT project manager, and apart from that, trying to do these things. What I really love doing is cooking. I love cooking, and I love do a bit of gardening. Just in balcony, but I do spend a little time there, and I uh, I also like a bit of astrology, keep reading here and there. It is just for my understanding. Sometimes back then in my life where I was searching for answers like why did this happen, so and all that, that's when I got little interest, and I keep reading a little bit about that. That's about it. Right now, my whole most of the time is going to this. every day I've been trying to learn something on the nervous system or pain. So like this is consuming a lot of time. And yeah, I'm also planning and structuring the course, how to simplify for the people,
That's
easy
really
for
great.
them to do that. Yeah.
That's really great. That's really, really great part. Yes. So, Sumathi ji, and what's the, if you want to give any 1 point, 2 point, 3 points to do something in your daily life for the people who are going through lots of pains, or if are many people who don't have pain right now and the pain should not come into their life, so what 2 3 points, just simple points that they can use in their daily life that is good for them, can you give some?
That's a good point. I would say if anybody is going through pain right now, try to listen to more than the pain. Or like, maybe just take time to probably write down what are they going through, like what are the issues they're going through, not just the pain. Because try to dig a little deeper. Why? Because if you're not addressing the root cause and just trying to use this painkiller or some uh, basic things, and it is not helping, then so in that case, if anybody is going through pain for more than 6 months, for especially for this, I would tell, see what is causing, what is really stressing up, and then also watch out when you're having pain. And most of the time, if a person going through disturbances, uh, only when they are thinking that stressful thing for a little while, and that's when they have pain more. So that's why notice, it's like, yes, you need to seek help and all that is there, but before that, your body is trying to tell you something. Try to take a moment to listen to what is it saying. uh, are you putting too much pressure into mind? What are you going through? Like, is there any way to solve, or rather than just overthinking, just write down these things. That's a good start. From there, you can, come up. And one more tip I can say for people who are going through any kind of pain, please try to practice yoga nidra every day, and that's the easiest best way to regulate the nervous system. If they are in pain too much, they're not able to lie down, that's a different story. But if they do have like irregular pain and struggling something, there are a lot of videos, audios on YouTube also. They can just go ahead, find some yoga nidra audio. Try to make it as a practice every day. It only takes 20 minutes. 20 minutes every day makes a huge difference. I got somebody I suggested doing that. The person have been having pain since almost 7 years, 7+ years, and tried everything, therapy, medicines, everything. And now, since a month, she's doing that 20-minute yoga nidra, and now almost 60% pain is gone. That's the
Wow.
only new thing. So I would say yoga nidra and a bit of mindfulness, and try to listen to your body, what it is saying to you. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much, Sumati ji. So much insight we get today, and lots of things that when I read the Lauzi Hay's book, the You Can Heal Your Life. Oh yeah. So from that
Absolutely.
time, I got to know कि if there is some pain, there is some pain here, not pain here, 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 here. It's here or here. So I got to know that thing, and that you said about the nervous system and all. It's really great conversation with you, and I really want you to come up again for we'll talk more, dig deep in the pain thing, and
Absolutely.
yeah, and so thank you for coming in our
Thank
podcast. I
you.
hope you
Thank
enjoyed a
you.
lot.
Thank you for giving this opportunity. I did enjoy talking to you and talking about. I hope I made sense. Like, I didn't take too much, too long to explain or something. I try to keep it really very basic. Yeah, found this something called the Stillness Center. So that also is connected to this, like, nervous system. And today's world, we need a little bit of calmness, stillness here and there because
Yes,
it's so busy all the time here.
you are in
So,
chaos.
yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, absolute pleasure being here, and thank you for inviting me. It's wonderful. Um, I hope whoever listening to this, I hope this was insightful for you.
It
Would
is
be happy
very
to have
insightful. It
you.
is
You can
very
reach out.
insightful. Yeah, it is very insightful. It is very insightful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, friends. सो फ्रेंड्स वी गॉट टू नो सुमति जी इतना इतना ज़्यादा हमको आज मैसेजेस दिए हैं, इतने ज़्यादा हमको इंसाइट दिए हैं. सो हमारे पेन के लिए आई होप कि आप लोग अब पेन के लिए वर्क करेंगे एंड योर पेन इज गोइंग टू बी वैनिश अवे विथ दिस ऑल दोज थिंग्स. सो कीप कमिंग, क्योंकि हम आपकी ग्रोथ में कैटलिस्ट बनना चाहते हैं, इसीलिए हम लेकर आए हैं ये ग्रोथ कैटलिस्ट पॉडकास्ट. एंड सो गाइज प्लीज़ बी कमिंग एंड हमारे इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना बिल्कुल भी ना भूलें. इसे सब्सक्राइब करिए ताकि हर वीक आपको एक नया कुछ इंसाइट मिले, कुछ नई ज़िंदगी में सीखने मिले और आपकी ज़िंदगी बहुत ही बेहतर बने. सो थैंक यू गाइज फॉर कमिंग हियर. थैंक यू वेरी मच. साइनिंग ऑफ, वैशाली योर कॉस्मिक डिवाइन कोच.